Today's Monday, it's the 24th of March 2025, and we're down in Portixol. We were here a few weeks ago. It was really crowded then, not so crowded today. I wonder why. So the question is, what's the difference? And I think probably the answer is in the weather. It's been pouring down with rain, so you can see there's lots of puddles and water around. And maybe it was a weekend when we were here. It's a Monday morning, and we're going to go off and pick the girls up later on, but we thought we'd stop off somewhere on the way. This is the hotel Portixol on this side, and we're just going to be walking around that. And this is the little harbour here in Portixol, quite a nice little quaint harbour. Lots of smaller boats, you won't get the mega yachts in here, but lots of sailing yachts. And we've got, here's a camper van. It's one of the things this bit of the island's known for, but some work going on over there. A really big crane hoisting something. It looks a relatively new seawall. It's not an area we would come to. That's the hotel. It says Portixol on the top. And this is the little harbour. You can see lots of smaller boats. You can see the clouds as well. It's been pouring down with rain at home, so we just spotted the opportunity to come out. And it stopped, and there's a little bit of blue sky.
It's a big cloud as well, though.
Yeah. And what was the temperature? You said it was really cold, wasn't it? 12 degrees at home. I mean, that's unheard of. And I did actually see some single figures mentioned. Quite narrow roads here that get lots of cars and vans and lorries and things parked, so it's a bit tricky. One thing that caught my eye in the paper this week was it was talking about property prices, and at the moment this area has the most expensive property on the island. I didn't think about it. Good question, why? But talking about €16,000 per square metre. So that means for a fairly small house, you're going to have to be paying €1.5 million. Mind boggles. We are on the edge of Palma though. Just turn down that way, that's Palma over there. You've got this lovely little marina. And it is an area that's well, developing, but I don't know. You know the saying about lies, damn lies and statistics, well maybe that's one of them, I don't know, but what, €16,000 per square metre is like, I think the second most expensive property in the whole of Spain. It's only beaten by somewhere in Madrid, where it's €18,000 per square metre. Nice restaurants. I've been recommended to come to some. I'm not sure we'll be able to afford these restaurants.
The sea's a bit calmer than it has been, isn't it?
It is a bit calmer. Yesterday we managed to get out to San Agustin and Calamayor, and when we got down into Calamayor, we discovered they'd got a surfing competition. Unfortunately, we just missed it. They were just clapping and cheering.
There
was lots of people there. They were clapping and cheering all of the participants. But it was properly organised things with loudspeakers and music and people drinking and everything.
There's a wave coming in there.
You said there's no waves. A big wave just suddenly come in.
Smells a bit fishy as well. Nowhere near as bad as Calamillo.
No, but the reason it smells a bit fishy is because look, you can see how rough it has been because the seaweed has all been blown up, washed up over the rocks here.
At least it's not jellyfish.
Not the jellyfish on this side of the island, but and there's even some here on top. But it poured down with rain this morning, so all this would have been soaking wet, but it's already drying up, so the sun and the breeze is having its effect. Nobody on the beach, but I guess that's not to be surprising considering the weather. But yesterday, although loads of people are obviously on the beach for the surfing competition, but we went to San Agustin first of all, and there's a tiny little beach there. I mean, if there was 10 people on the beach it'd be crowded, but there were a couple of lads who were just getting into the water for a swim, and then 2 girls joined them, and I couldn't believe it. Look at the San Agustin video if you want to see it, if you don't believe us. They were.
And they didn't seem to think it was that cold either.
No, they did inform us that they were Swedish. That might have something to do with it. I think they might be more used to the colder climate.
Imagine the sea in Sweden though, how cold it is there.
Sure any of these are for sale. Might want to look this up on Idealista. Idealista's like a property website. It'll give you an idea of property prices. But I suppose if there's just one property and it's some ridiculous amount of money and no others for sale, then the statistics get skewed a little bit, don't they?
Actually, there are some quite big waves coming in, look.
Yeah, and we were saying there were no waves, but it's suddenly, boom, there they come. Maybe the breeze is picking up a little bit as well.
Ferry's going out.
Oh yeah, GNV is the one we used last year. Baleares is the one that's already left. We've used them in the past. In order to protect the area, they've got all of these big rocks that have been dumped, and these will break up the wave action. And just outside, just off, there's some more waves coming in, look, and they're going to be breaking on the rocks there, which they help to disperse the energy.
More expensive to get coffee, wasn't it?
Did we? I can't remember. So generally the weather here in Mallorca moves from west to east, and so that's the west and that's the east. So it is a little bit brighter. That's looking over towards Palma Nova, Magaluf, Santa Peguera, Santa Ponsa, that area. And this is looking over towards the east coast, and that's where the weather's moving. So we did initially, somebody's asked us to go to Portixol, and we've not had a reasonable day to go there, so not made it yet. Some construction, and I can see something like that. If they build a modern place, it's going to be really a valuable bit of real estate.
Last time they were taking something big in, weren't they? Remember?
Yeah, they were. waves splashing up here. If you like long walks that are relatively flat, then this could be one for you, because you can walk all the way to Arenal from here pretty much, which is probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 kilometers. Certainly a good walk, and for most of it you're right by the sea. Whoa, Anita's getting splashed here. A lot of seaweed in there that's getting washed up. And this is the new little marina, which didn't have any boats in it when we came before. So you can see there's a big machine over there doing some work. I think they're probably still finishing off the seawall, maybe putting some of these big rocks in position just to give it that added protection.
Parasol actually.
So someone wrote to me to tell me they were putting some pontoons out here. It looks like that's what you're going to be tying your boats to.
In here as well.
Bombay Cafe. Namaste. There you go. There is indeed pontoon, and another one here actually. These are floating pontoons, and they've actually got places where you can tie your boats up. Oh, and they've actually put these mooring places in now. These weren't here last time we came. So we've now actually got things that people can tie boats to. So it might not be any boats yet, but at least it looks as though they will be ready for the new season, and there will be places to moor your boats, tie your boats up. So we've moved on a little bit from Portixol towards, this is Molinar. This is one of the pontoons they put out.
Did they actually go down to the bottom?
They're floating. They will be anchored, but they're floating. And well, they're going to allow boats, I think, to come in and moor parallel rather than, not parallel, perpendicular. Again, we'll see that when we come again. My goodness, all go here. This is the children's park. This is a very new park, and it looks as though they're already making modifications and getting ready. I don't think it's actually been open for a full season. Good to see the work progressing there. H2O2 Sport Global. If they know that H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide, sure they would want to be associated with that.
Flowers here. Notice.
Lovely colours, aren't they? I do like that colour. Beautiful. And you can see more waves here, looking quite rough. And you can see from here it just goes on and on and on, right on into the distance till you get to Playa de Palma, and then the Playa de Palma is about 5 kilometers long, so lots and lots of places you can go to walk. Look at those black clouds. That is a black one.
Into rain.
Black cloud up there and black cloud up there, but sunshine. We are actually on a storm alert from 3 o'clock this morning right through till later on this afternoon. Pretty much the whole of Mallorca is on a storm alert for thunder and lightning, potential storms. Just thought we'd try and get out in between anything that might be coming down. Ducks everywhere. I think when this is finished and the boats are in here, I think this will be a really pretty area to be.
Shall we have a coffee?
Yeah, I think that might be an idea.
Here.
Well, there weren't many seats outside, but there's lots of seats inside, and it's actually got lots of lovely character, this particular bar that we've come into. Lovely beam ceiling quite high, lots of bottles up there, and lots of interesting pictures on the walls, including lots to do with Tintin. Well, it seems that the bar's about the same age as us. She says it's antique. Anyway, we've got our coffees. So, cheers everyone.
It says the notes from 1958.
Sì.
E al ristorante Centrolba.
Ah sì,
Es un poco
sí, sí, ya lo conozco.
Sí, es muy bueno.
Es muy bonito también. Sí.
Y hacemos vídeos aquí en Mallorca. Hacemos un vídeo de aquí.
Vale. Sí, puedo hacerlo.
And even though we're inside, we've got the lovely views outside. And they're only going to improve with age, I think. Well, that was a really nice coffee, and we're going to make our way back to the car. I hope it doesn't rain, just felt a spot, but it's a short-lived one. Continuing to do the work here, and one thing I've got over there's an electric boat, and they're proposing to have a bus and a boat bus that goes from Portopee over to Portixol. Don't know if it'll come as far as Molinar. Maybe it will. That'd be a good idea, actually. But one of the provisos is going to be an electric boat, which will be a bit bigger than that one. It's going to sit 100 people. Clouds are still around us, but hopefully we're walking into the brighter area, and keep dry until we get back to the car. Curious about the Bombay Cafe. That looks like something for another occasion. And if they ever do get that ferry bus boat, could catch the bus here on the water.
What did you say?
If they ever do get that bus boat going, we could get the bus boat to here, have our dinner, go back on the bus boat. That's quite
What do you do
cool.
when you get to the other end?
Well, if it's in Portopee, we'd park in Portopee.
Yeah.
Well, there is actually a car park there in Portopee, which they built just around COVID time. When they were decided they were going to dig up the Paseo Maritimo, they had to put some parking in somewhere, and just behind the petrol station. And it's really, I don't think, used very much.
It's very out of the way though, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly it. But if they actually put buses and boat buses that went pretty much from there, that would be like a park and ride.
Park and ride don't exist here, do they?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, they do at the airport, sorry. Yes.
No, park and rides do exist actually in Palma, and that's
Do
something
they?
they tried to promote, but they don't seem to have done it very successfully. So when we go to the football matches, the car park that we use is part of the park and ride. You're supposed to be able to park there and then ride into Palma. There's another ferry going out, Grimaldi Transmed. There are some really original buildings, and then you've got some very modern ones as well.
They're still in keeping, aren't they? They still look nice.
The wind's beginning to pick up a little bit. The waves are picking up a little bit. And it may be a good idea to get back to the car.
Belvedere Castle and navigation.
Yeah. So looking over there, probably too small on this camera, but we've got Navigesa, and just below Navigesa we've got Belvedere Castle. Well, that's the monument of Navigesa, and the restaurant just down below it to the right there. And then as we draw out, we can see Belvedere Castle. So we've got the monument up there, and then down below it we've got the Belvedere Castle, and then just in front of that we've got Palma, and then we draw back, we can see Portixol, which is where we are. Just talking about the spelling of Portixol and the Hotel Portixol.
It's got 2 T's in.
And it's got just 1 T, and Anita said on another sign she saw it with 2 T's. That is a T-I-T, tit, Portixol. The X is pronounced like a ch, so Portixol. I think it'll be the difference between the Catalan spelling and the Castellano. So when these had been done up, they've been modernised, and
that looks very Arabian Nights, isn't it?
That one, yeah. But I'm not sure. I like to see them in their original sort of state with the shutters, and the shutters really should be green rather than brown. I do like traditional things. Anyway, it's still a pretty area. I was looking back at a video from a year or 2 ago that we did in March. It was actually 19th of March. And I think we were up in Arta. And I was just in a shirt.
Yep.
A bit different today. That's a stand for the lifeguard. That's where his hut's going to be, and my hat's going to get blown off. Suddenly, it's blowing a gale.
Hold on to your hat.
Where did that come from? Apologies if it's destroying the sound. I'm not using an external microphone. Oh well. We're nearly back towards the car. Gust of wind has come and gone. Funny, isn't it?
aqui com piras assim, põe aqui.
And we walked around that way, so we'll walk back this way.
These are the seats like they've got down in Stormy, aren't they?
Yeah, just concrete seats, but it does the job, doesn't it? I don't think I want to sit on it today, it's a bit wet. And they've all got the fish on there, just like across the road from the cathedral, where the cruise ship coaches park. There's one for sale if you want to find out how much property is over here.
Well, there's one for sale for you.
Yeah.
There's one round here that looks like a cat.
In a prime position. This is just pointing out there's one round here that looks a little bit like a castle. I'm just going to pan round again, just because that's where we're going. And there's a lot of rain over there. Well, hopefully it's all getting dumped down there before we arrive to pick the girls up from school in an hour and a half's time or so. They finish school at 2 o'clock here. This is primary school. Starting at, what time do they start? 8:30, 9 o'clock?
9, I think.
But they only have a short break, so they don't have a lunch break. And the wind's picking up again, and my apologies.
Tons of parking here.
Yeah. Last time we came, it was very difficult. I think it may have been a Sunday, and people come to Portixol on a Sunday to go for a walk or to visit one of the many restaurants which are supposedly very good. In fact, one across here is apparently frequented by the King of Spain.
This restaurant smelled really nice last time, didn't it?
I do, yeah.
Nice to walk along there next time we come.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little walk here in Portixol and Molinar. We're going to go up and pick the girls up now, so thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.